breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. So recently I got asked this question if I follow this idea and what I think about it. I think the idea is pretty good, and research now into circadian biology also shows us that there is some metabolic difference when it comes to eating certain foods. So for example, carbohydrate metabolism and fat metabolism changes throughout the day. So it's better to eat high carb and high fat meals earlier in the day. However, this is like the optimal way, and the optimal way is often not what works for majority of the people. Like, consider a lifestyle. Maybe you are just sitting all day on your butt, but you are active in the evening in a CrossFit gym. So exercise actually is a big contributor to also metabolism and how you are able to handle carbohydrates and glucose. So basically, when we throw exercise or physical activity into the mix, it suddenly changes everything, right? If you are a highly active individual, then probably you want to eat, all the time and not consider much, like if you eat the biggest breakfast, medium lunch and smaller dinner, and if it works for you, then perfect. But for example, I have small breakfast because in the morning hours I'm mostly sedentary. I work at the computer, I write, I read. I'm not like highly physically active, but that is also my pre-workout. So after my breakfast, I want to have empty stomach for the workout, which is pretty intense most of the time. After the workout, also I have the hugest appetite. So I have my biggest meal is the lunch. Afterwards, I'm somewhat active in the afternoon, and that is why I have medium-sized dinner. So this is what works for me. So you need to consider how these different food volumes affect you, your physical activity, your physical performance, and also mental performance. And this would also drive your food choices throughout the day. So in practice, what we see is that people who are constantly busy, they are on their feet, they have somewhat small breakfast, then maybe some snacks, but really small lunch because they are busy, they don't have time to eat, and the hunger catches up with them in the evening, and that's why they have the biggest dinner, and why they also tend to snack a lot. But when it comes to weight loss, the most important aspect of weight loss is overall caloric balance. What is interesting, however, is that people who tend to have the biggest breakfast have been shown to burn the most calories throughout the day, and that is probably because they have the energy to move, and therefore they move much more, so they have higher energy expenditure. But I think this is highly individual, so it might be actually worthwhile for you to track this, try to have the biggest breakfast, or then another day smaller breakfast, and for example track your steps or note down how you feel, how energetic you are throughout the day, and you will see by your biofeedback how it applies to you. So I would not recommend to just blindly follow this recommendation or any recommendation and always put it into context of your lifestyle, right? Because even the best recommendation is worthless if you cannot apply it. So what do you think, guys? How is it with you? Do you follow this advice? Do you have the biggest breakfast and smallest dinner, or vice versa? Or are you like me, you have the biggest lunch? Let me know down in the comments, and thank you for your questions. I am constantly humbled when I receive those, because it shows me that you have trust in me, so that's very humbling experience. And if you have any questions, post them down in the comments or connect with me through Facebook or Instagram. Links are in the description, and you have a great day.